what's your experience with Silent Hill? Do you have any? Have you played the games, or
I played one of the video games, but I've definitely seen the movie and a fan of the movie.
Was when you played the game, was that for research for this, or was it just on your own time?
It was on my own time, but it was actually one I played several years ago when I actually had time to play video games.
When it comes to Silent Hill, are there special restrictions? Like, since it's a video game property as well, are there like special guidelines from Konami and all them to how you bring these characters to life?
Actually, Universal has worked hand in hand with Konami, and they've actually been very, very good to work with. They've really been very happy with everything that we've brought to the table so far.
What about The Walking Dead? When you've got a special effects crew there working on the zombies and designs and stuff, did they have any input on what you guys were going to be doing with their creations?
Absolutely. Universal worked with K&B hand in hand, as well as AMC. They're picking out walkers that are actually from the show, so which walkers we were going to recreate. So we were making generic looks. We were actually making walkers that you would see in the show.
Did they send any their own special effects for you guys to use, or was it all just, when it came to Walking Dead, was it all in-house made?
No, it was pretty much all in-house made. There were a couple characters you're going to see, Bicycle Girl and the Well Walker, that are actually from K&B proper.
A side question that doesn't have anything to do with Halloween Horror Nights, but I'm curious about what your perspective is. What do you think about the whole debate between CGI and practical effects in movies, and how much movies have come to rely on CGI? How do you feel about all that?
You know, I'm always about practical. You know, I understand there's always going to be a place for CGI. You know, I mean, they're great for robots, in my opinion, things along those lines. But anything organic, I'm always down for the practical.
Right. This year we're bringing back Laudagona and Alice Cooper. So you don't want to repeat designs that you did before. How did you guys approach using these properties that you've worked with before?
With Alice Cooper, it was almost a complete restart. So you're not going to see practically anything in there that you saw last year. With Laudagona, they just did. You'll see a couple of the characters last year, but they did some massive tweaks to it that are actually, I think you guys are really going to like.
Well, thank you a lot, Larry. Did K&B and Greg Nicotero have any input on the zombie designs and how they would work out?
Absolutely. I mean, Greg obviously is the makeup artist for The Walking Dead. Greg's also the executive producer of the show. He's directing episodes of the show. He's incredibly involved with that series. And he created all these walkers. So, yeah, right from the get-go, I was meeting with Greg, talking with him about bringing these to life, and going to the length of working directly with K&B. For things like Well Walker and Bicycle Girl, they're the molds that, you know, literally K&B is creating them for us.
And you said you were a big fan of the show. When was the moment that you thought, like, this could work as a maze?
When the show first premiered, my art director, production designer, Chris Williams, who designs everything hand in hand with me for Horror Nights, was saying, hey, I watched The Walking Dead. You got to check it out. And, you know, we're in the middle of doing Horror Nights, so I was like, I'm TiVoing it. Don't worry. I'll check it out. And then, you know, we got through the event, and there's always this period where, you know, I don't want to look at anything horror for a couple of weeks after the event. But then after that, I started watching the pilot. And I think within the first 15 minutes, I was hooked. I watched the entire season 1 in one setting, and immediately called Chris, and was like, the next day I was like, you're right, we got to do The Walking Dead.
Are we going to be getting elements of season 3 in this, or is it all just season 1 and 2?
No, I mean, and one thing, you know, sometimes when you work with properties, they're not concerned with spoilers, and sometimes they are. I'm actually really glad that we're focused on season 1 and 2, and I'm glad about that because I'm a huge fan of the show. I don't want to know. I'm trying really hard not to know what's coming in the third season because I want to experience it like all the other fans out there.
And final question, with Silent Hill, were you hesitant to work with a video game property just
Yeah.
because you weren't sure about the dynamics of the horror, or just because you weren't familiar
No,
with it?
because when you're designing a video game, there is no limit to what a monster looks like, or a creature, even more so than a movie where you maybe have to replicate it with a live actor. And what we do is we have to replicate these things with live actors. And, you know, I would look at things like Pyramid Head and go, impossible, can't be done. Thing's huge, you know, his helmet is enormous, and he's like 8 feet tall. So, but that's something, you know, that we've always done with Horror Nights. We love a challenge. And so sometimes when things make us really nervous and uncomfortable, that's when Chris and I go, let's do it, because it's the only thing that's going to keep pushing us to do better and better work.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you, man.
Have a good one.
You got it.